A majority of Sodexo's workforce are on site employees who have a real pulse of what happens at the sites every day and bringing our purpose to life. It's very critical that we keep this workforce engaged and motivated. And for that reason, it's important that we focus on empowering our mid-level managers through our actions, which revolve around three C's: communication, capabilities, and connections. For communications, we use certain unique formats where we bring together mid level managers to cascade what we call our 3 year growth ambition and enable them to ideate and have a bottom up action planning approach, which also allows a sense of early buy in and ownership. This also gives them a lot of clarity to plan for certain goals for their teams and review performance. We also hear our managers' feedback through our voice and pulse surveys, which is a very critical input in terms of how we shape our policies and benefits. For capabilities, we look at how do we simplify our mid manager and our site leaders' lives, and how do we amplify the impact in their roles. For simplifying, we spend, as senior leaders, we spend a lot of time identifying the right tools and looking at opportunities for automation, which allows our leaders to focus more on people and not on paperwork. For amplifying the impact, we have looked at certain curated bespoke leadership development programs which are based on scenario based coaching, very practical operational resources, and allows them to build capabilities in the areas of problem solving, client management, and leading high performance teams. When it comes to connections, as simple might the word suggest, as senior leaders, we spend a lot of time visiting our sites, listening to our managers, and making it very clear that our role is only and only to enable them and not micromanage them. We also reinforce day in, day out that they are the final decision making authority for the unit of action as long as they are guided by Sodexo values. And last but not the least, we spend a lot of time recognizing managers who drive superlative results, not only focusing on the what, but the how of the performance, especially how they lead their teams with empathy and confidence.
Managers play a very vital role in cascading engagement to their teams. Effective management is central to fostering engagement and building a thriving work culture. At Pega, managers are empowered through practical learning, open forums, and AI technology driven insights. And this approach actually supports managers in building trust, aligning team goals, and driving performance in a hybrid, distributed work environment. Let's talk about hands on learning for managers and their development. At Pega, we have an immersive program called Pega's Leadership or Leading at Pega program that offers an interactive learning through coaching pods, peer learning, real time feedback, and is complemented by creating manager office hours. These are safe spaces where peers, managers come together, talk about talent, challenges, wins that enable them in terms of driving their teams, creating meaningful moments, and celebrating achievements. This is further helped by providing them the right resources like toolkits, like playbooks that help them in terms of guiding their teams in a distributed hybrid work environment. Our Pega Blueprint, which is our flagship AI product, is also very instrumental in helping co create with teams and managers together. Teams co create workflows, timelines, deliverables, and are able to kind of bring in a lot of accountability in what they do and how they do. Hence, I feel that, building and supporting managers is the way forward to building an effective engagement.
At Medtronic, we see managers as the real drivers of engagement because employees experience the organization through them every day. And to keep our people managers motivated and effective, we focus on three core areas. One, we give them purpose. Our mission, elevate pain, restore health, extend life, is at the core of everything that we do. And we enable our managers to translate that into daily team experiences. When managers can connect their team's work to the larger impact we make in medtech, it creates a powerful sense of meaning and commitment. We all come here to live our mission every day. Two, we invest in development. deeply anchored in our leadership framework with care, inspire, and deliver as the underlying themes, we run dedicated leadership development programs. To name a few: Everyday Coaching, the Elevate program, Everyday Essentials. These training programs equip our managers to build trust, foster collaboration, and drive performance. And three, we create community. Managers get regular forums to connect with senior leaders, share their challenges, and also get recognized for the impact that they create. That sense of being valued goes a long way in keeping them motivated. So, in essence, we enable managers by empowering them with clarity, building their leadership muscle, and creating a supportive ecosystem. Because when managers thrive, teams stay engaged naturally.
So, happy employees is equal to happy customer. In a service industry, customer experience is the most critical aspect that we strive for. In our experience, we've seen with the kind of engagement rates that we have and the workforce stability that we've seen, it has a direct correlation on lower attrition rates, controlled absenteeism, and more importantly, a very strong vigilance on safety incidents at workplace. But the most interesting part is when we start seeing the shift of behavior in our engaged employee who behaves like an owner and looks at every minor consumer complaint as an opportunity to convert it into customer delight and moments that matter. We also get some of our best ideas and feedback from our frontline teams, which help us to challenge a lot of inefficiencies and also helps us to create disruptive ideas, which gives us a great competitive advantage. In a nutshell, as a result, as we have seen very strong customer satisfaction scores, a very high client retention rate over the last few years, and most important, a very solid growth momentum for our business.
At Pega, employee engagement is more than a metric. It's a strategic mindset that drives innovation, customer satisfaction, and profitability. In fact, our internal surveys have shown us consistently that innovation is a top engagement driver. When employees are energized by opportunities, the ability to contribute to ideas, solve problems collaboratively, they get motivated. And this culture of empowerment is reflected in initiatives like leaderboards, showcasing Gen AI, hackathons, where teams are coming forward in an AI powered solution environment that transforms their workflows and accelerates their impact. So, engagement of employees is not just innovation, it also elevates customer experience with intelligent AI tools with employees on their fingertips. Our teams are learning how to deliver faster, more personalized support for our customers, leading to higher satisfaction scores and reduced service times. And that shows in our surveys, our customer surveys, and when businesses speak for themselves. Hence, at Pega, we believe that when employees thrive, the business thrives, and engagement is our foundation for that growth.
For an organization of our scale, AI is a very critical enabler to simplify work, speed up decision making for our managers, help upskill our workforce, and eventually boost productivity for our teams. Certain examples, in case of our sales team, chatbots are used very frequently to respond to generic customer queries in a very accurate and responsive manner versus a human outreach. AI tools actually help us to analyze our past bids and proposals, give us some predictive insights, and build competitive proposals in a very record time. In training, we have been experimenting a lot of AI tools which help our sellers to clarify a value proposition, evaluate their selling pitch, and embed storytelling as a critical skill and with real time feedback. For frontline and site leadership teams, we've been actually been using AI as a mainstream learning medium with the help of automated videos, animations, customized regional languages, and a lot of microbyte learning nuggets. And this is very important for us, especially as we onboard a huge chunk of our workforce, which is first time in the workforce. AI also is very useful for us to kind of analyze our consumer feedback, find patterns, and also recommend actions to address service gaps.
At Pega, we're accelerating manager development by blending AI innovation with purposeful learning and design. Our approach is personalized, fast, and built for scale, empowering our leaders to thrive in an evolving and ever changing landscape. We offer things like personalized coaching via Gen AI, which is basically a vendor coordinated program where managers received contextualized, career stage specific guidance from AI powered coach, building their confidence and clarity in their development journey. It's like having your own personal guide, and it helps you navigate workflows, summarizes tasks, and even recommends next steps, all in real time. So instead of spending hours that I have to figuring out what to do next, I can spend time in terms of driving more clarity and more focus in terms of leading my efforts and my teams. Our curated learning journeys span both people management and Gen AI capabilities, from foundational programs like People Manager Foundations to advanced tracks like Gen AI Visionary. We are trying to equip our managers to lead with purpose and stay ahead of the emerging trends. We're also looking at scaling manager enablement through Copilot agents. Going forward, by automating routine tasks, freeing up the manager to focus on what truly matters, which is empathy, emotional intelligence, and impactful leadership.
We are focused on how AI can move beyond product innovation into talent development. One area of interest is to personalize the leadership development at scale so people managers get the right insights and right nudges at the right time. Medtronic GPT and Copilot by Microsoft is being used extensively by our leaders during the meetings and day to day activities, which is helping them drive efficiency at scale.
Our top three priorities to boost engagement levels across all workforce levels within the organization are: the first and the most important being how do we empower our people managers to become true engagement champions. Our site leaders are a direct link of translating our strategy into action and our critical leadership roles. As a leadership team, we spend a lot of time looking at our site leadership lifecycle processes from hire to retire in a very holistic manner to identify opportunities of investment, improve our communication, and enable them as effective leaders. We continue to improve our well being initiatives, flexibility in work practices, invest in workplace experience, which is a very key tool to attract and retain the workforce of today, address mental health as a key focus area, and ensure that we give access to resources to all our employees, whether they are frontline or office space, so that they can stay healthy, happy, and productive. We will continue to leverage technology to listen to our frontline workforce and initiate actions at real time to engage with them. Last but not the least, we are committed to creating an inclusive work environment where all our employees can belong, act, and thrive. Our philosophy is better from within and different from outside, which means that we want to take bets on our high potential talent and make them future ready through structured career development programs, skill trainings, on the job exposure, and very clear mobility pathways to help them to accelerate in the organization. We'll also want to keep an eye on bringing in expertise from outside, which allows us to create a diverse talent workforce and also build a lot of outside in perspectives. By combining all these priorities, we hope to create a workplace where our employees feel heard, valued, and inspired to deliver their best every day.
If you were to ask me what are the top three priorities for boosting engagement for our workforce at all levels, I think at Pega we believe that engagement isn't one size that fits all. It's continuous and it's intentional journey shaped by our values that we live, how we grow our people, and recognize performance. So as we look ahead in the near future, I think engagement would be pivoted on three pillars: our culture, career growth, and of course, performance and building a high performance culture. Culture is more than what we say, it's what we do. Let's take an example of our flexible work program, where we continue to outperform industry norms as we don't mandate but look at roles that are flexible, that need to be in office, that need a cross group collaboration. It's all about trust, choices, and respect. And we are also working very closely in terms of doubling down on getting more and more innovative when it comes to recognition, making it timely, making it inclusive, and meaningful for our employee base. Talking about career growth is no longer just a vertical movement. Vertical movement is great, but not always practical. And that's why we are expanding the definition of career growth to include lateral moves, job rotations, job shadowing, and targeted upskilling. These pathways unlock internal opportunities and potential for us to reskill, upskill, and cross skill our employees and keep them engaged and keep them learning. Career conversations now include enablement, mobility, and purpose, and not just promotions. When we look at performance, we are being more intentional of recognizing excellence, but also looking at coaching for improvement. Because we all know that fairness, clarity, and accountability drive trust, and trust drives engagement.
Engagement is not a soft metric anymore. It's directly tied to business outcomes. And at Medtronic, we see this very clearly. When employees are engaged at work and connected to the organization's mission and vision, they bring more energy, more creativity, and more ownership. This directly fuels innovation, especially in an R&D environment like ours, where the breakthrough ideas come from people. Engagement also drives impact, whether and when the teams are motivated and connected to the purpose, they go the extra mile, whether it's quality, speed, or responsiveness. And finally, engagement scales profitability. Engaged employees stay longer, perform better, and reduce the hidden costs of disengagement and attrition. This helps us to create a culture of accountability and high performance, which is critical to sustaining growth. Engagement is not only about workplace experience, it's what enables our people to innovate, to advance our mission, and to deliver meaningful outcomes to put patients first.